All right, so I wanted to record this and just send this out as a message, really, to anyone who is on a similar path that I am when it comes to pursuing your purpose in this reality, when it comes to building a business of your own, completely remote, something that runs without you necessarily having to work that hard. When spirit really starts to test you, right? Regarding your old life and regarding the new life that you're stepping into, when spirit starts to test you, you are going to feel it energetically. And I mean this. Not too long ago, it's been about a month and a half now that I left my 9-to-5. That was a big step, something that Spirit had been pushing me to do for years, but I never listened. I was always too scared, and I finally took the leap and I left that job. Now, it's a job in a field that I had been doing for 10 years, right? So I was pretty conditioned and still am working on unlearning a lot of the conditioning around the 9-to-5 life, right? About that being the only way to work. Now, soon after leaving my 9-to-5, I got an opportunity off of Upwork because I started freelancing. I started doing social media management, just freelancing, trying to pay the bills that way after leaving my 9-to-5, right? No real plan, just sort of, okay, I'm going to submit some proposals and let's see how this goes. So I got a job where the client began to sort of dictate our working relationship as if I was his employee. Now, I want to let you guys know that when you start becoming your own boss, that employee mentality is going to start trying to creep back in. And it's going to start saying things like, maybe you do need someone else to keep you accountable for doing your work. Maybe you should just stick it out at this hourly job so that you can pay your bills. Maybe this, maybe that. It's going to be a lot of like old thinking. Okay, so this is exactly what happened. So this is exactly how I was tested this time around. So I left my 9-to-5, right? Because I felt like I needed to get, a gig ASAP. I went ahead and took this job that was going to pay me on an hourly rate, right? So I had received advice before saying, hey, no matter how much they're offering you, do not take an hourly job because that is still, you are working for someone. It's not true freedom. So I said, it's fine, I'll take this job and we'll see how it goes. Now, I was getting paid $15 an hour through Upwork, which Upwork takes their cut. So, and then from that, I deduct taxes as well. And on top of it all, I have to wait for Upwork to release my money after a week or more of the project being completed. Okay, that's just some back-end detail stuff. All right. So I agreed to work with the client, and what ended up happening was that the expectations of the client towards me were too high. A lot of the work that needed to be done, unfortunately, I was not getting done. And it wasn't because I didn't want to. It was just I was not delivering. So, for example, one of the things that the client really wanted, right, is sales. He wanted to make sales of his product as soon as possible. But he wanted it all done organically. So no paid advertising, none of that stuff. So I figured, you know what? I'm up for the challenge. let me try to do this, right? My background is in copywriting, yeah, for sales, but not being a salesperson per se. Not that I considered myself one. So anyway, so 30 days are up. The 30 days come around, and all I've really been able to do is get his branding on point, set up a social media campaign of just organic posts to go out, and I did some office work as well there too, like some fulfillment work and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I recognized that I was feeling very anxious every single day. Every time that my messages would ting on my phone, like my email messages, I would feel so anxious and so like I felt like an employee, basically. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that these moments are going to happen. These moments are going to come, and they're going to happen specifically more intensely at the beginning of your journey into remote entrepreneurship, into remote life. Okay? Because your old self is essentially dying. Like your old self is going, right? You're getting rid of that you, of those ways of thinking. You're getting rid of limiting beliefs, and it's inevitable. So long story short, keep going, don't stop, and we're taking more action now, so I'm hoping to continue sharing this online. It's something that's very difficult for me in the sense of sharing my experiences just in general with anyone that's not particularly physically close to me, as in like my immediate family. Even then, it's a little bit difficult sometimes, because I consider myself very private in a lot of those respects. And yeah, so if you're sort of on the same journey, one hand is like not ideal, but we're gonna make it work. If you're on the same journey, just know, you're not alone. And if this helps you out at all, then great. Let me know. And yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated, keep you guys informed. And until next time, bye y'all. I was about to post a video and I realized that I didn't really even speak to the point that I was trying to get to, which is people are still going to treat you like an employee. They're going to try it because remember, they're boss people as well. So in their own respect, they're not wrong for treating you that way. Does that make sense? But it is our duty as masters of ourselves to set those boundaries, right? And make it a point to be like, hey, I understand that this is what you need, but I cannot give you that. So this is how I work. And if you would like to align with me on these terms, then we can move forward. If not, then it is okay. We do not have to work together. So it doesn't come from a bad place. It's more out of assertiveness, right? So it's not meant to come from a bad place. It's out of assertiveness and out of knowing what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. So in this specific scenario, I personally have been through this type of scenario with other people, with other employers. And that is the reason that I left my 9-to-5, that I left that world, because I want freedom. I'm choosing freedom. And so for me to be tested in this way, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that I was able to stand up for myself, that I was able to say, hey, you know what? I know you disagree with me, but these are my terms, right? And you risk feeling like you're letting somebody down. You risk feeling like maybe you're doing the wrong thing, right? They're very uncharted waters to you. But the only way to be skilled through these types of waters, again, is to sail through them. So it's like that whole thing. What is it? Calm seas never made a skilled sailor, something like that. But it's the same point I'm trying to get to. These things are going to come up again. More specifically, you're going to notice them at the beginning of your journey. And that is why inner work is very important, because as soon as you realize that energetically, you've been taken somewhere, then you can start to reverse engineer that and then evolve into this new version of yourself, because you need the awareness first in order to deliberately choose to be that from this moment forward. If that makes sense, I hope so. If it doesn't, perhaps the message was not for you. But if it does, let me know. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to get out. And yeah, I will keep you all updated with my situation. I'm taking action from here forward. I really want to document my process. I have big goals, and I struggle a lot. I struggle a lot with leaving the older version of myself and stepping into this new version that I am actively creating. So, yeah. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.